Welcome to Global Watch. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Deep in the heart of Central America, a bold vision is taking shape, a new trench carved through the land that could alter the course of history. This ambitious project is more than just a feat of engineering. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless drive to connect the world in new ways. If realized, this canal could revolutionize global trade forever, offering a new lifeline for the world's ever-growing fleet of cargo ships. Imagine a future where shipping routes are shorter, faster, and more efficient, reshaping the way goods move between continents. Nicaragua has unveiled plans for a $50 billion interoceanic canal, a colossal undertaking designed to rival the legendary Panama Canal. The announcement has sent ripples through the shipping industry and captured the attention of governments worldwide. This project has the potential to redraw the map of maritime commerce, shifting the balance of geopolitical power in a region that has long been under the influence of the United States. For Nicaragua, it's a chance to step onto the world stage and assert its place in global affairs. Today's supply chains are already under immense pressure, with ports around the world struggling to keep up with demand. The introduction of a new canal could relieve some of this congestion, offering a vital, new artery for international trade and potentially lowering shipping costs. The scale of the Nicaraguan canal is staggering, a modern marvel designed to accommodate the world's largest ships. Backed by China's formidable financial resources and engineering expertise, the project promises to push the boundaries of what's possible in infrastructure. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been the undisputed linchpin of East-West trade, a symbol of human achievement and international cooperation. Now, it faces a formidable challenger, one that could redefine the flow of goods across the globe. But this is more than just another infrastructure project. It's a bold statement of intent, signaling the dawn of a new era in global logistics and economic competition. The world is watching to see if Nicaragua can deliver on its grand promise. The timing is critical. The Panama Canal is currently grappling with a severe drought, crippling its operations and exposing vulnerabilities in one of the world's most vital trade corridors. Ships are delayed, costs are rising, and uncertainty looms. Into this void steps Nicaragua, offering a bold and controversial solution. The proposed canal has sparked fierce debate, with supporters touting economic growth and critics warning of environmental and social costs. If completed, the Nicaraguan canal could stand as one of the most significant engineering feats of the century, a project that not only transforms a nation, but also reshapes the dynamics of global power and commerce. The world is watching closely, as the stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this project could define the future of international trade for generations to come. The idea of a Nicaraguan canal is not new. It's haunted the isthmus for over a century. For generations, the vision of a waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through Nicaragua has captured the imagination of explorers, engineers, and world leaders alike. The promise of transforming global trade and putting Nicaragua at the center of world commerce has never truly faded. In the early 1900s, the U.S. nearly chose Nicaragua over Panama, sending teams of surveyors and engineers to study the land. But concerns about earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and the influence of powerful lobbyists in Washington ultimately shifted the focus south to Panama. The decision would change the course of history for both countries. The Panama Canal opened in 1914, a marvel of engineering that reshaped global shipping routes. Meanwhile, Nicaragua's Grand Canal dream was left dormant, a tantalizing what-if in the annals of history. That dream resurfaced in 2013 when HKND, a mysterious Chinese company led by billionaire Wang Jing, won a 50-year concession to build a $50 billion canal. The project promised to rival Panama's, boasting ambitious plans and international intrigue. Grand promises followed, with talk of jobs and prosperity, but so did protests and skepticism. Environmentalists, local farmers, and indigenous communities raised their voices, fearing displacement and ecological disaster. The project quickly unraveled, funding dried up, work stalled, and by the early 2020s, the canal was widely considered dead. The once bustling construction sites fell silent, leaving behind only rusting equipment and broken dreams. In May 2024, Nicaragua officially revoked HKND's concession, seemingly ending the saga and closing the chapter on this latest attempt. Yet, the canal dream has proven remarkably resilient. Over the decades, new proposals and bold visions have continued to emerge, each promising to finally make the dream a reality. Each failure only sets the stage for the next revival, as hope and ambition refuse to die. The remnants of past attempts serve as reminders of both the challenges and the enduring allure of the canal. Now, with new backers, shifting geopolitics, and renewed global attention, the dream is more serious than ever. The world is watching to see if Nicaragua's canal will finally move from fantasy to reality. Just as the canal seemed finished, it roared back to life, this time with China's explicit backing. In late 2024, President Ortega announced a new plan, awarding a contract to CAMC Engineering, a major Chinese state-owned firm, to build a deep-water port at Bluefields. The timing was perfect. The Panama Canal was crippled by drought, with ships waiting weeks to cross. Unlike the failed HKND venture, this is a strategic move by Beijing, part of its Belt and Road Initiative. Chinese state-owned firms bring patience, capital, and geopolitical ambition, making this project far more credible. For Nicaragua, it's a chance to secure investment and a powerful partner. For the world, it's a sign that China is reshaping the future of global trade. The new canal plan is a massive undertaking, with a revised 277-mile route connecting the Caribbean to the Pacific via Lake Managua. This avoids the controversial Lake Nicaragua, addressing some environmental concerns. The canal will accommodate the world's largest ships, post-Panamax and Chinamax, beyond Panama's current capacity. The project includes 2 deep-water ports, a free trade zone, an airport, and new roads and bridges. Tens of thousands of jobs are promised, and the economy could be transformed. Chinese state-owned firms are leading the charge, with further investment expected. Yet, the details remain secret. How much control will Nicaragua retain, and what are the true costs? As the blueprint is drawn up behind closed doors, questions about sovereignty and debt loom large. The Nicaraguan canal's resurgence is tied directly to Panama's crisis. A historic drought has slashed the canal's capacity, causing massive delays and soaring costs for global shipping. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been the lifeblood of international trade. But now, its future is uncertain. Panama's lock system depends entirely on rainfall, and with climate change intensifying, its vulnerability has been laid bare. Water shortages have forced authorities to restrict the number of ships passing through each day, creating a bottleneck that ripples across the world economy. Shipping companies now face weeks-long waits or must pay millions in extra fees to jump the queue, driving up the cost of goods and threatening supply chains everywhere. Sensing opportunity, Nicaragua is marketing its canal as a more reliable, sea-level alternative, one that can handle the world's largest ships and is immune to Panama's water woes. Investors and governments are watching closely. Competition is heating up. Mexico is developing a $50 billion rail and port land bridge, aiming to offer shippers a faster, more flexible route between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The era of relying on a single choke point is ending, as global trade adapts to new realities and diversifies its routes to avoid future disruptions. Central America is rapidly becoming a battleground for the future of global trade, with new infrastructure projects and strategic investments reshaping the region's role. The rise of Nicaraguan and Mexican projects signals a major realignment in regional logistics, promising new opportunities, but also fierce competition. Panama's long-standing monopoly is under threat as never before, and the world is watching to see which route will define the next era of global commerce. A Chinese-backed canal in Nicaragua would be a geopolitical earthquake in America's backyard. For over a century, the U.S. has dominated Central America, with the Panama Canal as its symbol of power. Now, China's Belt and Road Initiative is making inroads, offering investment and influence where the U.S. once reigned supreme. For President Ortega, the partnership with China is a political lifeline and a shield against U.S. pressure. Other Latin American nations face a choice: align with China for economic gain, or risk alienating the U.S. The canal's potential military use, allowing Chinese naval vessels to cross between oceans, raises alarms in Washington. The project is now a top concern for U.S. defense and intelligence agencies. The strategic rivalry between China and the U.S. is playing out in concrete and water. For Nicaragua, the canal promises a revolution: tens of thousands of jobs, a double GDP, and a new industrial base. Free trade zones and new infrastructure could lift the country from poverty and create a logistics hub for the Americas, but the risks are profound. Vast land expropriation could displace tens of thousands, including indigenous communities. Protests have already erupted, with fears of unfair compensation and government overreach. Economic benefits may be concentrated among elites and foreign firms, leaving locals with low-wage jobs. The canal could create a prosperous enclave amid persistent poverty. For many, the dream of transformation could become a reality of displacement and inequality. The stakes for Nicaragua's society are as high as for its economy. The new route avoids Lake Nicaragua, but brings new environmental dangers. Lake Managua, heavily polluted, could see toxic sediments released during dredging, threatening ecosystems and public health. The canal would cut through rainforests and wetlands, risking irreversible habitat loss. No comprehensive environmental assessment has been released, alarming experts and activists. Financially, many analysts doubt the canal's viability. The $50 billion cost is enormous, and capturing enough global traffic is uncertain. The project's logic may be more geopolitical than commercial, with China willing to absorb losses for strategic gain. The failed HKND project is a cautionary tale. Grand announcements don't guarantee results. Until financing and environmental plans are clear, many see the canal as a high-risk gamble. The Nicaraguan Canal is one of the most audacious infrastructure proposals of our time. It promises to ease global trade bottlenecks and transform a poor nation, but at immense financial, social, and environmental risk. The shadow of past failures looms large, and skepticism remains high. This is more than a contest between two waterways. It's a symbol of shifting global power. China and the US are vying for influence, and the outcome could redraw the geopolitical map. Will the canal be built? Can it deliver on its promises without devastating costs? The world is watching, and the story is just beginning. What do you think? Is this a bold leap forward or a dangerous gamble? Join the conversation and share your thoughts on the future of global trade.